So you want to unlock your V4 in Blox Fruit? Well, today I'm gonna show you exactly how to awaken your race to its ultimate form, step by step. If you're tired of getting clapped in PvP, V4 is what you need. So let's get started. So the first step towards unlocking it to V4, you need to get your race to V2 and then V3. So let's talk about V2. So the first requirement in order to get V2 is completing the Colosseum quest. The requirement for that quest is basically 850 levels, so a little bit more than 700, which is required to get to C2. So you need to grind just a bit to be able to do this quest, and you have to talk to this NPC Bartillo. He will give you basically two sets of quests. The first is that you have to defeat 50 swan pirates. I know that is a lot, but it gives you a lot of rewards, like a bunch of levels, like a lot of exp and 50k belly too, to be exact. Well, if you have 2x mastery, I mean 2x money, then it's gonna be a lot more levels and a lot more money too. So after that, the second quest he gives you is basically defeating the boss Jeremy, and he spawns near the spawn pirate, so it's easy to find, and there it is. I'm gonna show you the location of this, and then after that, your final step towards unlocking it is doing the gladiator quest. If you guys don't know what that is, it's basically you have to save some gladiator who are basically stuck under there in the Colosseum, and then there is this one code right over here. Screenshot this. You know what people do? People usually just type this up in the chat. I know they are not like typable words, but you know, this matches M, this matches F, so kind of like that. It still works. It's not perfect. It works. I mean, they get the hint. And after that, you have to go all the way over here and then put the code in the exact number. Yup, you cannot like put it in wrong number. So if it's Y, you have to press Y. If it's Z, you have to press Z, and then the bar will open. It will also give you a really okay looking accessory. I won't say it's good, even though I know it's okay. It's not good. I'm not gonna be one of those guys that, oh my god, this is the best accessory. It's not. It's not the best looking. To me, it's not. I mean, for you, some of you guys, maybe it is. But I'll be honest and then say it outright. Anyways, so after you're done with that, this is it. You can continue unlocking your V2. So as you guys know, the step 1 is done. The step 2 is getting yourself your race to V2 and V3. So let's actually get that, and I'm actually gonna put myself into that position. Like, I'm gonna get a race and then get its V2, V3, so you guys know what I am doing, so you can do. So basically, there are some steps that will be different for you. Like, for example, for me to obtain my favorite race, which is gold race, I needed this, and to get this, it's a pain. It's a bit different. Like, you cannot get it from the usual race gacha. You have to actually defeat this boss, and trust me when I say I've been doing this for a week, and I have this video planned for like, I think more than a month now, and it took me just 1 week to get this, and it's a lot. So this video is obviously getting a lot more delayed than I initially planned and thought. So after I obtain this, I'm gonna quickly get myself my favorite race, which is gold race, and this is the best race for PvP. And then if you want to get cyborg race, in order to obtain that, all you have to do is that just go to the cyborg race area, like near the lava, and then there you will be able to trade your Fist of Darkness to the robo chip thingy, and then he will give you your cyborg race. But in order to actually get it, you will need another item which is called brain core, if I'm not mistaken. And then you have to get it by doing a bunch of law raids. This is a 5% chance, and I don't know what chance this is. I think pretty much they should be the same. So cyborg is really good for grinding, and for PvP too, it's decent. But I personally prefer this for PvP, even though cyborg is way better for grinding. But I'm just gonna keep this account to, I think, I'm not sure, probably low level, and then do PvP with. That's why I have GH here. Anyways, I'm wasting a lot of time. Let's just get ourselves our race. Boom. Now I have myself my goal race. Okay, let's actually head out and go get ourselves V2 and then V3 because I've already done the Coliseum quest, so I had to like make that part earlier. And now we can just continue onward with this video as is. It's gonna be pretty smooth sailing from now on. I hope so. Okay, guys, here we are at the Alchemist, the NPC that gives us the race V2. Doesn't matter what race you have, you just need to go and do his quest. He will ask you for 3 items. These 3 items are basically 3 flowers of different colors, red, yellow, and blue to be exact. And you need those flowers to give him those, and then you actually have to give him 500k cash too. So that's a lot, I know, and in total you're gonna need like a bunch of cash. I think the amount you see on my account is actually probably enough. So yeah, after you have this much account, just talk to him, interact with him. I'm just gonna talk to him and tell him what he needs and give him what he needs. Okay, see, he told us to find the 3 flowers. Let's just go and get these flowers real quick. As you can see, I have collected all these flowers, blue one, a red one, and yellow one. If you guys don't know where you can find these flowers, well, blue one only spawns in night and will despawn during the day, and red one is a flower that is, I think, probably the easiest one to get, and it won't despawn. Doesn't matter if you are like finding it at the night or during the day, doesn't matter. It's gonna be there where it spawns, unless someone takes it if you're doing it in a public server. And then there is yellow flower, which obviously you have to kill like bunch of swan pirates. And the wiki says that you can actually obtain it from the factory, which I don't think it's worth trying because factory takes probably like more than an hour. I think 1 hour 45 minutes. So it's a lot. So I don't recommend you going that way. Like this whole thing took me like probably 5 minutes. I'm not exaggerating. It only took me 5 minutes. This is, I think, the lowest time it took me to get V2. Okay, let's just give him this, and he'll probably ask for 500k cash, as I predicted. Good job, and boom. Now we have our goal V2. We have also unlocked the title, The Ghoul, which is pretty cool. Okay, now get your race to V3, and to be honest, it's a lot more simpler and straightforward than it is to get V2. Like, V3 is like probably the easiest race quest out there. It's the same for every single race. Yeah, some are just a bit different than other race. Like, for example, getting Shark race to V3 is kind of hard in my opinion because you have to find a sea beast, which is hard to find in C2, but not that hard once you know that they do spawn every 5 minutes. Is you just have to stay still. So just staying AFK gives you that race. I mean, what is that quest compared to what you did for V2? So every race is very simple. But in my case, I just have goals, so I'm gonna go do this and meet you when I'm done with that because race V3 is not just different, like it's not difficult. You just need to meet the requirements. You just need to have 2 million cash and level the requirement. After you are done with that, it's simple. Just do these things that your race requires. You will have yourself your race V3, which is pretty cool because it gives you an ability which is really useful for PvP and PvE sometimes. After getting your race to V3, which I have done, and now the requirements are pretty straightforward. You have to be in C3 in order to unlock your V4. Obviously, that is going to be your first requirement. The second one is that you have to have talked to the Sealed King. And after talking to him, you have to go head towards the Great Tree, interact at the top of the Great Tree. After that, you have to defeat Doe King. Of course, if you want to spawn Doe King, you have to turn your chalice into Cake Chalice. For that, you require 10 cocoa, and then you have to spawn it and defeat it in the limited time. I think the time is 15 minutes. After you're done with that, he will give you a mirror fractal, which you will need to go and get yourself a blue gear. You can get your blue gear from the Mirage Island, which is kind of hard to find if you are doing it alone. And after you have found your blue gear, it's pretty simple. You just have to do the trials, and let's head towards the trial now. So for trials, all you need to do is make your way to this section over here on top of the great tree, interact with this, go inside right over here, and to the left of this thing, there is a hallway. Go on the corner of this hallway, and there is like this thing you can interact. This is like a gear you can change. Of course, this is like doable after you have obtained the blue gear. So if you have blue gear, you will be able to interact with this. This will happen. This wall will go down. Otherwise, even if you try to make your way in through glitches and stuff, it's not gonna do anything for you because it won't even consider you to be in a race. So now all you gotta do is go to your respective race door. Yup, you have to go to a race door. Like for example, if I had Shark, I would have been going here, and as soon as like a bunch of people turn on their V3 in front of their door, I will turn on my V3. Let me explain how it works. So you need at least 3 people who also are doing race V4, and they're doing the trials thingy. So everyone, whoever is doing the trial, has to be a different race. No, you cannot have like 2 players on the shark and 1 player on, for example, a rabbit. That is not possible. All you need to do is have only 1 person per race, and then go like right next to it, like right on top of this door. And then as soon as everyone turns on their V3, make sure you all guys are in sync. So if you guys are not on sync, it won't work. So how people usually do it is like they type in chat like this: 3, 2, 1, and then go. Like this is saying this is gives them a hint like when to turn on their V3. That's what usually people do in public server. If you are not in public server and you are in like a call with friends, I mean that's good for you. You're even more accurate, but accuracy doesn't matter because it's gonna start if with like as long as there is like a cooldown and like I think 6 seconds margin, so you're cool because V3 has like a 6 second margin, which is pretty nice. So, if you guys are wondering what race is what, I've already showed you that this one is Shark Race. And also, one more thing that I would like to mention, like, you know these things? These are the flags of the race. So, even if you forget what race you have, like, I mean, obviously you know what race you have, but you forget what race door this is, then you can look at these flags. Look how there are, like, some sharks. This basically represents Shark Race. Then there is, like, this gear thingy. Wait, let me go to this. Right, you know, you see gears and stuff. This is Cyborg. And then there is right over there. There are 2 races here. One is this one with the bamboos and stuff. This is Rabbit Race, as you can see right over here. Mink or rabbit. And then there is this thing right over here. Human. Oh, wait, how did I get sound for it? Oh, thank you, whoever dropped it. Now there is this human race. As you can see, a person is meditating right over here. And on this side, there is the angel race, which is pretty good for PvP. If you guys don't have it, you guys should get it. It's really handy, and it's really good for raids too. So get that. And then there is my race, gold race. As you can see, there is a flag for the gold stuff. So I'm gonna do this. It's gonna be really easy, and let me explain how race actually works. So the trial works is like every race has a different kind of like quest, you can say, in a way, like a task you have to complete. Like for example, mine is that I have to defeat like bunch of NPCs, undead NPCs, and after I'm done with that, my trial is complete. And one more thing I do want to mention: the lore like trials you have done, the easier it is for you to do the raid trials, you know, the trials for these. But as soon as you like try to make your way up to the top and like work your way towards the final gear would be the hardest trial you will ever see. And so hard, like you will even fail quite a bit of time. Like I failed a lot during the mink trials. They are hardest for me. They are others not so much. I really think the angel one are pretty easy. Human one is pretty straightforward. Just defeat a boss. Angel is just simple parkour. You can just hold W and just tap space and double tap space if you need to. And then you can do cyborg is just that you have to like dodge a bunch of missiles. Pretty easy. In this one though, you have to defeat a sea beast, and it's a lot easier if you have the right set of skills. Like if you're running something like really terrible that doesn't work in sea beast, then you're cooked. You're cooked, buddy. And after you're done, like after winning the trial, let me tell you where you have to go. So let's quickly go and do the trials now. My trial is pretty easy because I am gold race. Okay, the step 2 of the trial is of course winning with these battles. Pretty easy. Okay, now this orb, you have to follow this orb. Even if you can't find it, it's okay. It's already at its location. Just go up the stairs. I swear these stairs are very glitchy. Okay. Interact with it and put your first ever gear right over here. Interact again. Interact. I said interact. So there you have it, guys. That's how you can get your race to V4 from having no race at all, because I technically started with no race. Anyways, I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you guys are wondering how you can get the dragon race, I've already made a video in the past about the dragon race, so be sure to check that out. And as always, like, subscribe, and share this video if you enjoyed it. I'll see you in the next one. Take care, and bye-bye.